I love how you spend the first 30 minutes of our pre-show telling your wife what she can't do to not ruin the show. And then you don't even plug in the soundboard. It's also good to know that the gambler's here even when he's not here.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Guilty.
And Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
Hello, Pack-A-Maniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone called for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
You may need to get that bleep ready for the rest of the show.
Dude, it's an early show.
Mm-hmm.
And we can tell.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky if we cross the finish line tonight. Well, we've got another fun show for you guys tonight. We're getting back into our top 25 cards. We've had a lot of great response to that from the listeners, a lot of interaction. People are posting their top 25s. We invite you to do that along with us. We're going to cover some that Utah BYU game. I won't call it fun, but I think some of the stuff we did afterwards, our listeners will laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but before we dive into that, all of that good stuff, and we've got new products releases. But before we jump into that, Chad, do we have any show announcements?
Yeah, sure. How's that? Was that good? Is that a good gambler?
All right, that'll do. It's been another fun show. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to check this out.
Here's the problem with this. While you find that button,
it's been another fun show. I'm just kidding.
I totally screwed this up. So, like the whole early start that we have for those of you watching on YouTube,
yeah,
we are going earlier than what we normally do. Now, last weekend, I got an email about an event. I guess it would have been the time that we podcast last week.
Yeah.
About an event tonight that I'm like, oh, I should really go to this.
Uh-huh.
It's a family physician thing, like Unity, the whole bit.
It's a ways out.
It's needed right now.
Did you think
it's a ways out? Yeah, it's a ways out. And I'm like, I totally want to go to this. And then like the week rolls around and I realize that I do 10 million things.
Uh-huh.
And I need to sleep and I don't.
Yeah.
And I woke up this morning. I'm like, I don't want to go to this. I don't want to go to this thing tonight. I want to be in my bed.
Yeah.
In my pajamas with two little dogs curled up next to me.
Yes.
Tucked in by Sarah at 7:00.
Yeah. No.
So I was asleep. I darted home from work today.
Yeah.
Went immediately upstairs to my little day bed where I could take little lovely naps, little Chad naps. In my work clothes, just passed out, one shoe hanging off the foot, just face down, ass up.
Princess mask on.
Princess mask on for 20 minutes and took a little power snooze. That was like 15 minutes before the show started.
Oh.
So I'm a mess. I'm down, like, I don't have the thing set up. It's a whole bit.
Yeah. You're talking about phone calls. We haven't taken phone calls in a year.
Yeah, I did. I'm like, oh my God, what do we do about the phone call? Ricky just stares at me very politely. He's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, oh yeah, that's for Dr. Ghost Hunters, which is not today. And yeah. So,
well, you're not alone. I showed up and I've got my trusty backpack with all my equipment in there, my cans, as they call them, my headphones. Didn't realize. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to bring my headphones. You said, nope, they're hanging right there on the microphone.
Yeah, somehow I knew where your headphones were, but I didn't know where the major power cord was for our audio for the show.
I'm pushing wrong buttons in the intro. Woo! Yeah, it's going to be a bumbling, stumbling.
The next time I tell you that we should go at 4 so I can go to a work meeting.
Can I slap you?
Up. Tombstone me through the table. It was an awful decision. I've been whining to Sarah. I'll get off this topic here in just a second.
No, it's great.
I've been whining to Sarah for the last 24 hours. I'm already tired. I don't want to go Thursday night. She's like, you signed up for this. Like, it's a voluntary thing.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah, you signed up for it.
Exactly. Oh, man. So, okay, there's the crap of the show. I will be bringing my A game after that. You asked for some announcements.
Yeah.
I've got some announcements.
Let's do it.
Now, guess what? If you are listening to our podcast form, you can go over to iTunes and leave us a lovely little review.
Yeah.
Just like this new review that we had on Halloween.
Yes.
I actually got it to work. Yeah, look at this. Remember, I tried this before. It was 2 days before Halloween.
So great.
Authentic Game Worn Pod, 5 stars from CT Shep 86. This isn't your generic napkin patch. This isn't a sticker auto signed by a third cousin. This is a fluctuating number of guys brought together by their hatred of Danny Ainge.
Fact.
I learned of this gem from a guy named Kyle that name dropped it during a 45-minute Scott Pollard patch card segment.
Which only Kyle could do.
I bet filled with passionate love.
Oh, yeah. He could
Maybe
go,
some
he could
Barry
go twice
White.
as long.
There's no better place for hobby news, ghost hunting, and gambling all in one place. All jokes aside, the show is always entertaining and consistently hilarious. 11 out of 10.
Hey, well, that is great.
Well, thank you, CT Shep. Reach out to us. We'll send you a nice little lovely reward for sending us a 5-star rating in that review. And you too can go do that on the iTunes Pack to the Future podcast.
Yeah. And what we mean by that is reach out to our Instagram at Pack to the Future podcast, confirm you are CT Shep 86, and send your name and address.
You're
That's
going
all
to
we
need to add a lot of things to what
I got
said
you
today, and you got me without even.
Together we make a whole today.
I agree. I do agree with that. Guys, we also have a website. Pack to the Future PTTFpodcast.com.
There you go.
From there, you can do all sorts of things. You can listen to the podcast. You have links that will take you to our YouTube videos.
Yes.
But also, you can go do your little shopping. So next time you're going to go buy an eBay gift for someone for a card coming up for Christmas. Perhaps you're purchasing your Secret Santa gift.
Yes.
Or you're just buying a little something for yourself when your spouse is asleep. First, go over to pttfpodcast.com. Click on our affiliate link tab. Click on the eBay. Shop as planned. It's free for you, and the show gets a little cut in the process. That's
Nice.
pttfpodcast.com. Where else can they get us, Ricky? Over on Instagram, as you previously mentioned, that is the best place to communicate with us.
Yep.
You get me because I'm usually scrolling through there. If you send something funny, I immediately screenshot it and send it to Ricky, and we both laugh. If you send something that's not funny, it doesn't get screenshotted and sent to Ricky. And maybe I'll just heart it. But it is the best way to communicate with us. Give us a follow. Chat with us. We love hearing from you, seeing what you got. That's Instagram Pack to the Future podcast.
Yeah, and you probably covered this. This is one of those days. If you haven't, though, check us out on youtube.com.
I did not.
You can catch us live as we record. We try and keep it to Thursday evening. Sometimes it bleeds over to Wednesday. This day is a particularly early one. So if you're hearing this, you missed it, don't worry. You can still head over. If it's Saturday morning, head over to youtube.com, search out Pack to the Future podcast. You can find all our live shows under the live tab. They're recorded and available immediately after we finish recording. And give us a like. It's free. It's super easy. And it helps us out immensely.
Last week's YouTube show of our top 25, where we unveiled number 25 through 21 cards, was one of our more popular YouTube live shows that we've ever done.
That's awesome. We love seeing that. We love
Do.
being able to interact with you. And if you do happen to catch our show live, follow us on Instagram. We'll post when we're going to be on live. And if you happen to catch us live, you can actually, we have a whole comment section where you can interact with us live while we're doing the show. We put comments up on the video. We'll respond to them during the show. So it's a really fun way and safe way, I think, for someone that's maybe a little more shy to interact with the show.
Now, that happened to me. I joined a Patreon of Aaron Sagers. He's a paranormal guy. He's on some of the paranormal shows. We met him at Phenomicon, this place up in Vernal that we go to. It's a lot of fun. Every month he does like this private video chat with people. And so for the first time on Tuesday, I joined. I got home and like, screw it, let's hop on.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be 20 people. No one's going to be on video. Every person was on video.
Oh, really?
And it's just me and like my Zoom photo. And I'm like, oh God, I'm not ready for this. But I did. I entered the chat. Like I just I wasn't mentally ready for it.
Right.
But I dipped my toe in the water. And then the next time I jumped on, I'm going to be full-fledged in the thing.
I love that. See, and that's the thing. I think that I recognize that with shows I listen to, that you get nervous to like interact with them.
Yeah.
And once you start to do it, like you realize it's not that big of a deal, and that it's actually quite a lot of fun. So
yes.
I recommend all of you listeners to hop on over, interact with us. We're super easy to chat with. That hairstyle you got going on through your hat's a pretty good phenomenon.
Yeah, if you can see this for YouTube here, if I catch it in the light, just above the tiki mugs here in the background, and Bella, that's Dodger Bella. That's from when Bella was in Dodger Stadium.
Oh,
look at that right there. See that little guy?
What was the name of the kid?
Just right there. Alfalfa?
Alfalfa.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. But there's another, Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
You look like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, look at that. Mhm. That's where we're at today.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you very much for that, Chad. And before we jump into product reviews, we're improving. Secret Santa update.
Yeah.
My Secret Santa's gifts have either arrived today or all have arrived by tomorrow.
Nice.
How are you doing?
Very nice. I had partial arrival this week.
Okay.
I don't want to give anything away.
Right.
And another partial arrival that should come in this week, which will complete it.
There. See, look at us on top of this.
And we already have a number of packages upstairs in my office. I haven't sorted through them yet.
Oh, so some of our listeners are sending them in?
There was one listener in particular who the day that we announced had purchased it and sent me tracking. We have another listener whose both their packages have shown up and another one who's on the way.
I am blown away.
Oh, they're on the ball.
Literally, I added this to our show just now so I could just lay into our listeners and say, get your ass together, get back on the wagon, pull your head out, and get us your packages.
I do want USPS tracking from everyone else who hasn't sent it. I did not previously ask for it, so you're not the doghouse for not doing it. But let me know that you're working your way to get there.
Yeah, and then we will talk more off air about the details of this, but I wanted to let you know I've got a few ideas for swag.
Nice.
Yeah. So I want to run them by you, get your thoughts. I guess what I'll say for the listeners is make sure you're paying attention to your Instagram accounts. In addition to sending us the tracking, we may be asking you for some preferences.
Yeah.
Size, colors, different stuff like that. So,
we talked about pasties at one point.
Yes.
Is that like the size that you're talking about?
That's 1A. Yeah.
I don't know how you size those, but
I think you go from XXX small to Magnum.
No. Those are not the sizes.
Do you tape measure the areola like corner to corner like a screen TV? Is that how you determine the size?
It's a secret.
Circumference?
That's why it's called Victoria's Secret.
Oh, is it pi?
It is pi.
I bet pi has something to do with it.
Or I's the other one, like the other weird calculus number.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If you're running into any problems with getting us your packages, we are going to start reaching out to you at some point and saying, "Hey, where the hell is it?"
Yeah.
But you guys are on top of it so far. I'm really happy to hear that update. And yeah, this thing's plugging along nicely. So I've got some good ideas, and you, Chad, have taken kind of the brunt of this so far. So hopefully I'll be able to assist you on a couple of these things, make it a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to having a good time putting it all together.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Before the new release,
yes,
we screwed up last week.
We did.
Oh, did we ever?
Oh.
Here I am enjoying my Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Lovely cup of coffee. Just finished a nice little run to get my endorphins going. And I figure, hey, let me see what my buddies over on Instagram are doing. You want to know what I woke up to? Yep. Let me show you what I woke up to. It wasn't love.
Did you end up in Torte Court?
I got taken to Torte Court, bent over in Torte Court, have a tort rammed squarely up my ass.
Kansas City Dan's Torte Court.
So here we are. Yeah, see that novel? Too long, didn't read? Let me give you the Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Give me the. Yeah.
We're never talking baseball again. There's the Cliff Notes. Thank you.
Yeah, he had a lot to say.
He did put it in like a lovely little.
He broke it down paragraph by paragraph.
In a shit sandwich. He started it. Hey, if you want to participate in the top 25, use hashtag PTTF top 25. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great idea. And you should do that.
Yeah.
But you previewed Topps Chrome update. Chad mentioned Chrome autos being on card. This is definitely true regarding OG Chrome, but I'm not sure about this year's Chrome update.
It's not true with this year's. I'm not sure.
When update was first introduced, it was at Target and therefore retail exclusive. The autos were stickers. That might change this year with all the hobby versions they're doing. But traditionally, update does sticker autos. Chad also thought Chrome has never done patches before. Before the MLB debut patches. Also not true. for at least the last 3 or 4 years, a relic / patch with the authentication sticker has been a case hit in Chrome.
Well, Kansas City, Dan, you're on an island on your own, because I definitely didn't think they had patches either.
I was not present for the show because I was conked out on the couch. You called him out for not being there.
That's right.
It's been a rough, tough week at the bakery. I really paid for that late, deep nap when I woke.
Do we have Kansas City Dan's phone number?
I don't.
Damn it. Do I dare try and call him on the Instagram?
You can give it a try. See, this is what I was preparing for before the show. I knew where you were going with this.
Yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. Oh, he's online.
He said, and number 4, this is the first time that I can recall there being a standalone impeccable baseball product, but I do know for a fact it's been featured in past iterations of Chronicles.
Oh, Dan.
Should I
Dan.
email my sport card release stuff to him first?
To get it cleared by Dan.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, we're connecting.
Yes, and for the record, he was not shaming you.
I know. I'm literally asking because I don't know. I'm just reading off what they're saying online.
You're right. He's being nitpicky detail.
I don't think so.
Here we go. See if we can hear it.
You got it? You got a little something? Oh, yeah, I can hear that. It's an odd ring. Lovely, though. Wonder if it's going to the bakery.
Oh,
He just shut you down?
he shut me down.
Brutal.
I mean,
So brutal.
I feel like that's like going up to someone's front door and knocking.
And then having them open the door and then slam it in your face.
Wow, all right.
All right. Well,
So
damn you,
this week's
Dan.
releases?
I didn't send them to him.
All right. Well, Sarah, welcome on.
Thank you. Hi.
We got your name right on the YouTube and everything. Yeah, you should.
Okay. So this week we only have one release. It's a 20.
Whoa. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So tomorrow, well, Friday.
You got
November-
to figure one out.
Yep.
And stick with it. I don't know which way to go though.
Yeah. So Friday, November 15th.
So yesterday, Saturday.
No, tomorrow. Friday.
Monday?
Depends on the leap year.
So what day are we talking about, Sarah?
Friday, November 15th. We have a 2024 Topps Holiday Baseball, which looks kind of cool.
All right.
So I was thinking to myself that I would ask the listeners for help in reminding me when they hear the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
To get this for Chad because I can't get it today.
Oh. You can get him a baseball product.
Well, it's so I will explain further.
Okay.
So it is they have 3 products off of this set. So they have a mega box and they have tins and then they have advent calendars.
Oh.
Advent calendar? That's cool.
I can
Yeah.
get behind an advent calendar.
That's really cool.
That's what I thought was kind of neat. So cards per pack, the mega box and the advent calendars have 10. The tins have 59. Packs
Okay.
per box, mega box has 10, the tins have 1, and the advent calendars have 24. Because,
A pack a day.
Yeah.
pack a day. Boxes per case, mega box has 20, tins to be announced. Hopefully they figure that out by tomorrow. And then advent calendars 8. So the set size
love
is
these.
200 cards. Each mega box has 1 total autograph or memorabilia card, 3 image variations, 5 glitter parallels, and 1 oversized die-cut ornament box loader. These include players and can be hung from a Christmas tree or rear view mirrors.
Dude, I am
That's
all
pretty cool.
in on this.
So each tin has 1 image variation, 1 blue holiday tree parallel, and 3 holiday tree parallels.
Oh,
So the advent calendars count down the days to Christmas with either a pack or other cards per day. The exact breakdown is 20 holiday packs, a pack of 3 exclusive evergreen inserts, a pair of 1 card packs with an original Topps card with an added stamp, and 1 original pack of Topps baseball cards. The holiday twist for the whole set comes with some festive additions that make them something new. It's also a condensed checklist compared to flagship, meaning a higher concentration of top stars and rookies. As far as parallels go, glitter versions return, landing every other mega box pack. In addition to the usual mix of autographs and memorabilia cards, there are holiday hat relics, Santa hats worn by players.
Yes.
That sounds like it's right up your alley.
Dude, I'm bringing back the Santa Collect PC.
Signed versions are also available. I assume they mean the Santa hats.
Well, look at this holiday faux relic checklist. The gingerbread man,
Yes.
Mrs. Claus, Nutcracker,
Oh, dude, I'm
Ebenezer Scrooge.
all in. All in.
1 out of 33,000 packs.
Yeah.
Those guys don't sign frequently.
No.
You don't see many gingerbread man autos out there.
I've been trying to get an Ebenezer auto for years now.
So the idea that
Stingy.
I had was that I would reward the listener who helped me remember to buy this
Oh.
with a set, because I thought they were $40
A
each.
set?
Well, like the advent calendar.
Okay.
Oh,
They're
an
not.
advent calendar.
They're not $40 each.
Oh.
They're $160.
Whoa, hey, oh, hold on. I don't know if you heard
Hey,
about
money
it.
bags. You've been swimming in Chad Scrooge McDuck vault lately?
Yes. So that's why I'm saying I'm walking it back.
I think I know where that PayPal debt came
I would never. I don't gamble.
160. Wow.
So what if two
Wow.
listeners remind you at the same time? That could
Well,
get expensive.
So that's why I'm saying I'm walking it back, because I legitimately don't understand how to figure out what the cost or the price is.
That seems like a problem. Not a you problem. That's a problem with the product, right?
Well,
Right.
because on Topps they had a pre-order that was $40. So I don't know if the pre-order you're just paying $40 and then you pay the rest when you get it.
Yeah, that's real bizarre.
Interesting. Yeah, when you go into eBay, when you just click that link, everything for the advent calendar, like you said, anywhere from $120 up to $800. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Right.
Now, you have to be careful with eBay. Those are secondhand sellers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're going to jack up the price. But
Yeah.
I would think if you go to the card shop or Topps.com,
Well, I went, yeah. So on Topps.com, it says $39.99 pre-order. So then I was like, I'm confused about the price discrepancy. Because
Yeah.
if they are
Mm.
$40,
Mm.
if I was just going to say, if 1, someone can find me on social media, and 2, remind me, I would get them.
Back to the Future podcast on Instagram.
No, me.
Okay.
make it like a little hunt.
I like it.
You don't want that.
Okay.
Not with these listeners.
All right. Then
we have a number of problems listening to this show.
Okay, so the pre-sale for the mega box is $40. That is a $40 cost for the
So-
mega box.
for the mega box,
Yep.
but I want the advent calendar.
Okay.
Out of stock.
Yeah, well, because it's not for sale yet. It
Okay.
doesn't drop till tomorrow.
Okay.
Listening's not really our thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
We try, but we're not so good at it.
You don't think like they've
I see the
pre-sold
problem.
out, right?
Well, they had a certain number for pre-sale, but
Yes, it was $40 for the advent and they sold out.
for pre-sale, they're
Hmm.
gone.
I think they're gone.
No.
It just seems weird that you would say out of stock. Like you would say coming soon.
On a pre-order.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
worded oddly. I see what you're saying.
We might need to be stuck
Contact the
eBay.
or contact the card shop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
our local card shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nice list insert. Have you seen the video of the little British kid where his dad tells him that he contacted
No.
St. Nicholas, told him he's on the naughty list. He's like, I am not. I know for a matter of fact I'm not. It's like, you bring Father Christmas here and I'll punch his beard off. Have you seen that?
No.
I've sent it to you like 100 times.
Yeah.
Sarah, I've sent it-
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good. He is
Okay.
not on the nice list.
We're on the hunt for a couple of these advent calendars.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, good work.
well done.
Thank you. So we have a few more pushed releases, which
Of
is why we have
course.
such a short list. So Flawless Football was supposed to be tomorrow as well. That has been pushed out to November 27th.
Is that from last year?
It
It is
is
a 2023. So I think they're working on making it flawless.
I'm thinking, I'm like, she doesn't get it. It's called fun. Like, I'm still waking up from that nap. Well done, honey. That's good work.
I tried. And then also Panini Certified Football, which was supposed to be released on October 30th, was supposed to be released on November 13th, and was supposed to be released on November 22nd, is now supposedly being released on November 27th.
Needy man.
Yeah. And the only other thing being released tomorrow is Formula One, but you guys said no cars, right?
When that Netflix series came out, I was all in on it.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually going to Broncos Raiders coming up here in a week or two.
Yeah.
Formula One in Vegas is the night I fly in. I'm not going to go to that. There's too many people there. I'll go to Broncos where there's many more people.
Dude, I can't wait to hear your experience. It's going to be such a shit show. So many people and roads closed.
I know. My sister booked it because she's the one pushing me to go to the game with her.
Sure.
And I made her call the hotel and make sure that we could get from the airport to the hotel.
Good.
I'm like, I'm not going to go get stuck in this traffic.
Dude, if your room's high enough, you might be able to see some of the race from your room. Yeah, as much as anyone else.
Yeah, that's true.
You should check it out.
Yeah, no. All right. Well,
okay, well that's
holiday
everything.
baseball.
Well, I have one more question.
Oh, yes.
I think it's mostly just as my correspondent position, but not as the cards. I am also on Reddit sometimes.
Mhm.
And I think Reddit, similar to the internet, is just always listening.
Yeah.
So I've been getting some interesting articles and pictures that people share. I was wondering if that's annoying or
No, I love it.
Okay.
I think those are good. The problem, you send them to me when I'm asleep.
Something.
No, you do. And this is why I haven't responded, honestly. You send it to me when I'm asleep. And then in the morning, you know my routine. Feed dogs, treadmill 2 hours, straight to work for 8 straight hours, come home, die, wake up, and then I see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never explained this to Chad. It's probably actually a really good thing for me to explain to Chad is I at work get all these emails nonstop, right? I get hundreds and hundreds a day. And a lot of them are me telling someone to do something and them responding and saying, thanks. And I hate those.
I hate it. It's the worst.
It's just unnecessary communication.
I get patients who do that too. And they say it back. And I'm like, don't fucking say that.
It
took 4 seconds for me to do that. You times that by 100. I don't need that
that. And now I have to file away another email. So I'm a big believer in not communicating unnecessarily. So you get pretty minimal responses from me. It's not because I'm annoyed. It's literally, I don't have anything more entertaining to say. So sometimes it's a heart, sometimes exclamation. And if I have something to say, I'll add it, but just know never bugging me. And it's not that I'm annoyed with anyone. I think Chad's gone years thinking I've just been pissed at him because I barely respond, but that's just my approach, but I love them.
Okay.
In fact, there may be some that you send to us that we say, hey, in addition to, we're pulling the curtain back. In addition to new product reviews, maybe we'll have you present on that too.
Okay. Well, because I can also
like that.
reach out to the people because the guy with the Sandy Koufax.
Oh yeah. That's a
that'd
great
be
idea.
cool.
Do you want to talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I'll
That'd
do
be
that.
cool.
Let's do it.
Okay. Sounds
And I'll be thinking more in that brain when you send those.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No, I guess I wasn't looking for you guys. I just want to make sure I'm not being obnoxious.
You said no, and I get why you're asking. You sent 3 of them, and none of us responded. We gave you a heart, we gave you an explanation, but just know that's just normal for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to the show stuff,
Yeah, don't stop.
yeah, no.
Keep going.
You
You're going to have to take one of us off the screen. Otherwise, it's going to get awkward. There's going to be some weird eye contact and things we don't need on here.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Sarah. Well done. All right. I guess we better talk about this for a minute.
What the did you just do? She just ripped the microphone right off the table.
Dude,
Okay, leave the
I wouldn't
microphone.
I wouldn't
grab
mess
the
with
phone.
her, man.
Yep.
pull your head off.
Thank you. Oh boy.
Okay.
So I think that's everything. We did some announcements.
Yeah, no, it's not
Oh,
everything.
no, it's not.
Uh-uh.
Do we want to do this before or after? Might as well do it before.
Yeah, I don't want to end on this one.
No.
Utah and BYU played this past Saturday, and I think we talked about it last week on the show that I had an agreement that when they were blowing us out 28-0 in the first quarter, I could leave.
Yep.
And that didn't happen.
No.
It was cold. I was dressed like the little brother in A Christmas Story. Literally, like so many layers, I could barely move. I had to relieve myself during the game. That was a process. Of like, I literally tried to not drink anything and was like, can't hold it. And so I had to go in there into one of those little stalls where all the drunks have been, been peeing all game. So there's urine everywhere, lining the walls, and you're trying to like not spill on yourself and get undone. And it's just a whole shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Utah started out a lot stronger than we thought. They kept it close. They actually had the lead most of the game. Yep. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was happy for my son. He was the true believer, and was excited for him that, hey, we might pull this off. I don't know who this Rose Cat is, but I dig him.
Yeah.
We had a couple BYU fans sit next to us.
Oh gosh.
My son luckily sat between us and the BYU fans, and he did all the chirping for all of us.
Good.
And he props to him. He was able to like do it with a smile with them and like in a fun way. The old man, as they were coming across our road, said, "Hey, don't worry, we won't cheer too loud." And I told him, I said, "We're not friends tonight."
Good.
Like, this is not we're not the people you're going to joke with tonight.
Right. Right.
Tomorrow we can be friends.
Because BYU fans will do that. Like,
yes.
Obnoxiously so. Not just like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like, "Hey, everybody, are we all here to have fun?"
Yes. That is the tone.
Like, no one wants that.
No, we're not like you. We don't like you. No. We're not friends.
I'm going to go get some chocolate milk after the game.
Yeah, that's exactly the tone.
It's like,
and so, I wasn't having it. And my son had a great time until the end. We lost in true Detroit Lions spectacular fashion, like awful, epically. And the worst part about it was we actually thought the game was over. And so as a Utah BYU fan, and if you don't live locally, it's hard to understand. Try and compare it to your Michigan, Ohio State if you're in that region.
Your most heated rival.
Yeah, it is a huge, huge, huge deal. And it's personal. And you don't enjoy the game itself. You enjoy the 364 days after a win.
Yeah.
But you don't enjoy the game itself. So when we thought the game was over, you unleash so much emotion.
Yeah.
I wasn't yelling at the BYU fans, but I was facing them. Two hands up.
Right.
Yeah. And
how long did it take until you realized?
Well, Rick, after that happened, Rick says, I'm leaving early. And Carter, my son, picked up. He's like, "No, there's a flag." Grabbed him. He was up 2 steps. I grabbed him, pulled him back.
No.
And we watched him. My dad and I just turned to each other and said, "I've seen too many games like this. I know how this is going to end." Yep. And as they marched down, we thank God, because my dad's a big believer. You stay to the end, like even in a blowout, right? Like, and he turned to me, thank God, and said, "As soon as they line up for the kick, we're leaving." And we did. And all the BYU fans come running out of the stadium, and I'm just looking straight down because I am seriously scared I'm going to tackle one. Like, I'm so.
You were texting me that night.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week. And so I get my car and hop on the freeway, and I jet out. I was ready to run people over. Luckily, there weren't really anyone out there. Yeah. But I wasn't really going to hit anyone, but very dead set on getting home. So I get down. And for those that aren't local, won't necessarily understand this, but I'll keep it short. Head down 4 South, hop on I-15 out south to my house, and I'm flying down the freeway. I got my son in the car, and a Tesla decided to fuck around and found out.
What?
I ended up getting into such a bad road rage
incident
with this effing Tesla. that like the Tesla was in front of me. It got to the point that we pissed each other off that the Tesla was in front of me. And if I tried to get to the left lane, they would go in front of me, and right lane, they'd go in front of me. So eventually I get around them, but I'm driving way too fast. I'm having to hit my brakes as we're coming up on slower traffic and go around them.
Wow, man.
It was not responsible.
You told me like you were kind of upset and almost fearful of how upset you were.
Yes. And that spilled over. I didn't realize it in the moment. And I'm actually really ashamed of it. I'm saying it because it's kind of entertaining for the listeners, but really ashamed of my actions in front of my 15-year-old and putting him at risk. Right.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
So, but it got so bad that after I got around the Tesla slowed way down because they were scared of me. And it was one of those, like, I'm in the center lane of this 4-lane freeway, and every other car is 8 car lengths behind me. No one dares pass me to say, who is this psychopath? And from then on, I go back to 65, 70 miles an hour and I'm using my blinkers. I'm like, oh, I was
like a Clark Griswold moment with
that
fire in your eye.
Exactly. And I did. And I snapped out of it quick enough that like I was apologizing to my son before we got home. And the next morning we talked about it at length of, hey, that's not okay. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And, he was cool about it. But man, like, yeah, it just spilled over. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And then I get home and you and I are texting each other till 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. I didn't get to sleep till 3. I just sat in a quiet room.
Awful. So awful.
So bad.
We're cursed.
Yeah. Well, and this, I got to be honest, this season really feels like one that could really set us back.
Yeah.
Like turning into a rebuild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I know there's been a lot of talk for the Utah fans that listen to the show that Morgan Scalley's going to take over eventually.
He was named by
right?
the University of Utah. Sure.
Here's my big problem with Scalley. And I didn't notice this till my dad pointed it out, and I can't unsee it now. Our defense will break the huddle, and the other team's breaking their huddle. Yeah. And we'll look over the whole defense to the coordinator to get the final checks or adjustments.
Yeah.
Half the time, half of our players are still getting the adjustments when the ball is snapped.
Oh, yeah. He waits till last second. That's why the teams that go no huddle on us hurt us real bad.
Yes.
Is because of that, because he's
got to lock that up by 5 seconds. It is painful. And including that last drive, I saw several plays where they're turned around backwards. Like, you expect him to run in and go sack the guy when he's turned around looking at you.
That makes it tough.
That was maddening. But, I don't necessarily, I'm cool with the potential replacement coach whenever it happens. It just feels like, I don't know, man, like a lot of players may be bailing on us.
It's been an awful year. And for those not familiar with Utah football, Cam Rising, our star quarterback, 2-time Pac-12 title winner, out after getting late hit in the Baylor game, shoved into a Gatorade water cooler.
Yep.
And
no flag, if I recall.
No flag, severing tendons and ligaments, we assume, in his finger. So he misses a few games, tries to come back early, clearly cannot throw the ball.
Right.
Also injures his leg during that game and is out for the year.
Yep.
We've had wide receivers quit the team.
Wide receivers get hurt.
Wide receivers get hurt. We had our star tight end, I assume, break his ankle that game.
He lost
by a horse collar that didn't get called. The rest weren't the reason we lost, but
no.
Also happened.
Somehow our quarterback got injured for the rest of the season. I didn't see him get injured.
So first half played great. Second half, he had a Liz Frank injury, dude. So at halftime, I'll tell you what that is just a second. Apparently at halftime, they gave him pain meds and put a steel plate in his shoe. So a Liz Frank injury is the ligament on top of the foot that hold the midfoot bones together. Midfoot? No, we'll call it the ankle bones together. When it tears, it is a significant injury. Significant injury. It's like a year, I think, rehab injury. It's been a while since I've done sports medicine, but
sure,
it's big time. And the fact that he played through it, no wonder we're going to score.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense.
So we're cursed. We were going to start the show today by saging the room.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep into it.
That's okay. I think we got it out of our system.
Dude, it was so frustrating. Tuesday morning. So fortunately, Monday in clinic, my little side of this, things go okay. Tuesday morning. I just happen to have blue scrubs on that day.
Okay.
Clinic door opens. Very first thing, before even hellos, just pleasantries. And this is my Utes room. So I got some University of Utah posters up in the room.
Of course.
Oh, I see you finally switched over to BYU after that game, huh, Doc? Here's my thing. I am your doctor, not your bro, not your best friend.
Yep.
Why piss off someone who was there specifically to help you in your life?
Oh,
Pete.
dude, I feel your
Just
pain.
people.
I had one of our secretaries come up and say the same thing. Oh, looks like I wear my Detroit Lions blue jacket.
Sure.
Oh, you're wearing BYU blue. And I felt bad, but I just stared at her.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, is it too soon?" I said, "It's too soon."
Like putting it on you, like you're the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, is it too soon
Yeah.
for you?
No.
They're just the worst.
I said, "And it's Honolulu blue. Thank you very much."
Blue. Those are the
There
only
you
two
go.
blues that exist.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it was a rough week.
It was ironic that the Lions went on to win in the same colored uniforms and fashion as BYU.
Yeah, it is. That is odd.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, it is.
Is that something?
It is. It was a tough football weekend.
Terrible football weekend for the most part. Like I was telling you offline, I was cheering hard for the Broncos. They lost a bummer of a game with some potential referee nonsense as well.
Yeah, they got jobbed on the scoring drives, of course. I mean, how do you can't, the illegal contact on defense, that one has to be reviewable
Yes.
because it's too easy to call it. Like there was a time Mahomes got sacked before he even finished like his 3-step drop.
Mm-hmm.
So before a receiver could even get past 5 yards.
Yeah.
And of course, that would have been 4th down on the sack. And of course, cue up the NFL memes Instagram page of their glorious, glorious memes, except for when it's against your team and it just makes you want to throw your phone through the wall. Out come the refs. And so it was brutal. But I will say this about Broncos.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is legit. He's not
Yeah.
Drew Lock legit.
Okay.
He is actually legit.
So we starting a collection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yes.
I do have a jersey, of course, as we know.
Oh yeah.
I was going through my tickets. Oh, that's right. We got to send out your parlay tickets or your Utes championship tickets.
Yes, I've all prepped them. You sent me the address. They're going out by tomorrow.
Perfect. I do have Bo Nix Rookie of the Year wagers that I placed. Denver Broncos going to the playoffs wagers. That was paying handsomely at the beginning of the year. They're looking okay for that.
They're still in it.
So we'll see what
Very
happens.
much in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's behind them? The Steelers?
No, Steelers are leading
are-
their division. So I think we got the Bengals behind us and the Colts
That's right, Bengals.
because now there's more teams.
Yeah.
For the playoffs.
Man, well, hopefully they hold on.
I hope so.
Speaking of rules that need to change, and I'm going to go back to the Utah BYU game. Did you notice that? And both teams did this. Utah does it better than anyone. When the offense on a no huddle,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
sends in substitutions,
Yes.
the defense gets to sub, and
So annoying.
they will just walk off the field to force the other team. That rule has to be changed.
And they wait till there's like 5 seconds left in the play clock, and then the D lineman just.
But BYU got us with it.
We could be on the 5-yard line playing defense going in.
Yeah.
That dude will take the angle to go to the locker room on the far side of the field, slowly trot off.
Yeah, these are
And the
big
refs
boys.
are like, yep,
Checks out.
flag on the offense, delay a game.
That, and Utah has, like I said, they've run it better than most
dude,
teams.
we're the worst. We are the worst. At it.
But
Better, worse. The
yeah,
same thing. is what
no,
I'm saying.
you that rule has to be changed.
It's so
That if-
I get embarrassed. Like I could be sitting here. I cover the dog's eyes. I'm like, God, Max, don't watch this. It's
my
degrading.
dad and I are just fascinated with it watching that. Yeah, and then I'll just say very quickly with the Detroit Lions, I was texting you. You were actually the optimistic one for us. I was texting you like, yeah, screw the Lions.
Oh,
They
yeah.
suck so bad. They're gonna choke again.
Yeah, that's
and
a
you said-
good football team.
Yeah, you said there's still time. And man, I'm an abused child, like with PTSD. Like we would normally lose those games in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
It is weird to be on the other end of it.
It's a good team you got.
Loving
man.
it.
That's a good team.
Loving
You
it.
should think about going to a game this year. I think they got a little something.
I
A little
think
something
so.
special.
I think you might be right, but I'm too scared to let myself believe too much.
I know exactly that feeling. I know exactly that feeling.
But I sure am
Yes.
excited by the idea. And I've noticed, and maybe I mentioned this last week, when the Lions sucked, I'd watch Sunday Ticket and I'd watch every single game. I'd sit there on the couch all day and watch as many as I could. I just couldn't get satiated. Now that they're good, I'm really okay just checking out the Lions game and then getting on with my day.
Hey, all right, there you go.
Isn't that something?
You're like, yeah, we're still on track to win this thing.
This is what it's like to be a true football
It
fan.
is. It is. Yeah. You're getting it.
Oh man. Well, thank God for that ending. But yeah, we'll just end with FBYU.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's go back to happy stuff.
Yes. Ricky, last week our top 25 was a huge hit.
Yes.
People reaching out to us on Instagram, commenting, starting their own top 25, hashtag PTTF top 25. If you want to join us in this journey, each week we will release 5 more of our top 25 cards in our collection as deemed by our own criteria, not necessarily monetary value.
Yep. And you can go back and listen to last week's episode if you want to know our respective criteria.
I screwed up on my honorable mentions. This is the last week I will do it.
Oh, it's all right.
I have 3 more honorable mentions that I meant to put in.
Well, it's funny you say that because next week I'm bringing in 15 more.
I'll make these so super quick.
No, you're good. I got a Kurt Rambis, man.
Well, that one's got to be. Oh my God, look at this camera. Oh no, who's running this thing?
Uh-oh.
That is just disastrous lighting, but we're going to show it anyway. This first one for an honorable mention was 2014 Immaculate Collection.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a pretty card. That's a Denver Broncos triple patch, and these are patches. John Elway, Terrell Davis, Peyton Manning, all game worn, numbered to 5.
At least 2 colors, 2 of them 3 colors.
Look at that Terrell Davis. That's
so nice.
beefy.
You can almost see the dirt on the white.
Yeah.
Almost looks, yeah. Oh, that pops.
So that's honorable mention.
That definitely belongs.
This one almost made the list, but it's a little too new. It's 2023 Cacawel Marvel Iron Man.
So
Gold.
cool. So cool.
I love the look of it. The reason it didn't make the top 25 for me is simply because of how much Cacawel has produced this year.
Yeah.
It's gotten old kind of quick.
They're going nuts.
I wish they would have slowed down.
Yeah. I get
This
that.
one's numbered to 10. I paid 3x the going rate for it. Yeah, immediately had remorse. This
Still
last
a
one,
cool card.
it is still a cool looking card. We're going to attempt something here on the YouTube. You guys are going to see it here live. We're going to just do this. By God, it worked. This one was gifted to me. This is a 2020 Topps Now World Series edition, numbered to 99. Clayton Kershaw. It's a bag from one of the World Series games.
Oh, that's super cool.
And the reason that this one really hit home with me is that World Series game that I went to with my pops in 2017. Kershaw pitched and had like one of his best postseason games ever. He had 11 strikeouts. Dodgers won the game.
Hell yeah.
Ultimately, got beat by the cheater Astros, but whatever. This one was gifted to me and is one of, I think, 2 baseball cards that I own.
That's pretty cool. And they do, for those just listening, you can check it out on YouTube, but they do have that authentication sticker where you can type it in and find the game he played in. You know that if you have MLB TV, you can actually go in and watch all those old games. So you can actually watch and see how he played. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, kind of fun. Really cool thing. Baseball is the best at.
Super cool. So I'm very happy with this.
Well done. Well done.
This one was from the aforementioned Kyle.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, from Secret Santa.
I
believe it was.
I remember that.
Just a few years back. All right. Those are the last of my honorable mentions.
Okay. We're at number 20.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
This music's good.
Yeah, I'm digging.
2019 Panini Immaculate. We're going to go basketball with this one. Utah Jazz team logo. Game worn Rudy Gobert. Just an insanely ridiculous patch.
And the classic Jazz note.
And it encompasses almost that entire note. At least the basketball of the note is all there.
That is incredible.
Pick this one up at the Valley Fair card show.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, believe it or not. From someone who used to own House of Cards, a card shop that we had here growing up.
Yeah, we did. And you and I attended it a few times when I got back into collecting before they closed. And remember, we ransacked it when they were doing I bought a Larry Bird autographed jersey and Al Kaline autographed bat, I think.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So this card for me, I still love the fact that it's low numbered. I love the patch. I love the old school Jazz notes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's game worn. It's by a future first ballot Hall of Famer, whether you like him or not.
Yep.
And
I don't get the hate, honestly.
People just love to hate. People in this hobby love to sit behind a keyboard or a microphone and dish out hate.
Yep.
But it's a card that during the time that I was really into my Jazz fandom, that this was the prime time.
Yeah.
So I love it. That's my number 20.
Oh no, that's incredible. No, I agree with you that that people love to hate, like Boston Steve and my love of Steve Ballmer and my LA Clippers.
I mean, that's just insane, though.
Yeah. Boston
your
Steve
part.
is insane. I agree. All right, my number 20.
We're going to do something here just real quick.
Yep.
Go ahead and talk about a little something. I'm just going to fix this camera, and I apologize for that.
No, you're fine. And while you're doing that, this next card, I've talked about this a lot, and sometimes I wonder if I'm not virtue signaling, but I do believe that these are super cool cards. It's a card that I first hit when you got me back into the hobby. It's not a sports card, and I keep saying I'm going to go seek out more of these cards from this insert set, but I haven't to date, and shame on me, because I do believe that these are the true heroes. This is from 2016 Goodwin Champions. This is our museum collection signatures, World War II veteran, Staff Sergeant Tom Rice. And I've mentioned it in previous shows. What's cool is on the back, it talks about some of their defining moments in fighting in the war. I think with this Staff Sergeant, if I recall correctly on the back of the card, I think it says he was part of the company that would jump out of planes. And on D-Day, his parachute may have gotten caught when he was jumping out, but he somehow survived and was able to
That's wild.
get down there. So yeah, you get to hear about some of their wildest events as they served in World War II. They're not around anymore. I think that these are the people that truly are the heroes and the people that should be looked up to. But I should probably walk the walk and pick up more of these cards. But
cool.
I'll never get rid of it.
It's a great card, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was number 20.
Number 20. Number 19.
Now, this one is going to come as no surprise to people. 2017 Cornerstones. This began my Utah Jazz fandom and collecting.
Yes.
Downtown, I bought this raw and graded it.
So nice.
Spider-Man, Mr. Donovan Mitchell.
Such a cool card.
In a PSA 10.
Oh,
It's got that pretty cool and iconic Southern Utah backdrop
yes.
with the golden arches. It's got Honey, We Are the Beehive State.
Yep.
He's walking on a boardwalk because we are known for our boardwalks, of which we have none. But he's going up. It's little Spida, before he put some meat on his bones.
Yeah.
Which is the time that I was really getting into him and collecting.
Uh-huh.
This is Pop 44. There aren't many of these out there. And love the downtown insert, of course, which is right up my alley. And that's why this card comes in at number 19.
Well done. Beautiful, beautiful card.
Thank you.
My number 19 has a little sentimental value. This is a Zach Moss Luminance rookie card from 2020 Panini Luminance football. Now, this card is numbered to 25, and it's an image variation that they do where they put the player in their college uni. It is an authentic NFL rookie card with him in his Utah uni. I like that. I don't know if this was intentional or if it's based on the fact that it's numbered to 25, but they have his name and the logo of Luminance in red, which is Utah red. And then we brought it to our local card shop where I had him sign it in a red paint pen. And, if you're looking on YouTube, it's kind of difficult to see. You can see the signature, but I'm telling you, this signature pops when it's not covered in tons of plastic like I have it right now.
Yeah.
Super cool experience getting to meet him. I'm always going to be a fan of his. He is, it just does it all for me. Oh, thank you, Chad. Chad's going to do us a favor.
Now, you talked about it being numbered to 25.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the number of the card that it is?
No, it is a jersey number.
It is jersey
2
number,
out of 25. So it's really an eBay 101.
God, that looks so good. All of that red does just pop. It looks so good.
It works well. And he's in the white Utah uni. So the red really contrasts well on the white. And I'm going to need to get that one PSA graded.
It looks so good. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on here.
And if you want to just hand that, I can
I can do
help
that.
you.
Where are we at here? Number 18?
Number 18.
Number 18 comes with large, this one hits a lot of things for me. And it could have very well been a top 10 card.
Yeah.
has 3 of my favorite players of all time of a particular sport team.
Yeah.
Autographs
Yeah.
is a 101.
Oh.
And it was gifted to me
Yes.
by Mr. eBay.
No, you know what? I think that 18 is a good spot for it. I think that based on its history, it has a lot of value, sentimentally.
Yes.
I think, though, that you have gotten cooler Bronco cards since. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this happened to be hit. We didn't choose this one. It chose us.
Sure.
So I think 18 is a solid number to have it at.
And it is a 2017 limited triple auto Sapphire 1 of 1. John Elway, Terrell Davis, Rod Smith.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's,
BGS 8.5.
oh yeah, that 8.5 just hits home. I don't know.
Well, the nice thing is at least it's just like an actual label instead of paper.
Yeah, that's true. And it does, the silver, I guess if there is a bonus here on the BGS, it does match the platinum.
Agreed.
Cursive 101 is a little difficult to see here, but boy, I love this card. This is a great one. So thank you again.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That had to be yours. All right, my number 18 is a card, and actually this isn't even the one. I have one number even lower to like 150, but the triple, I guess, let me read it. It's 2009, 2010 Upper Deck SP game used triple patch.
Ah, yes.
Oscar Robertson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James,
Robertson.
Thank you, Oscar Robertson. What did I say? Oscar Robinson.
But you've always done it. It's just like Connor Babooby.
I've always called him that. Yeah, this is the card that I own 3 of. Now my son owns 1 and I own 2. I tried to get it graded for authenticity, and it was min-sized. So,
you've been doing some trimming?
Yeah, evidently. So yeah, but super cool card. Game used patches, 3 legends.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the game used patches anymore in any of Panini's products. And I'm not optimistic that it's going to change when they go to Fanatics. So
right. Boy, there's so much color on this card.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love all the color on that.
That was a key component for me. I think if those were 3 napkin patches, I don't think I'd pull the trigger.
The LeBron is pure red.
Yeah.
The Kobe, even though it shows him featured in purple,
yes,
it's got the gold to accent that.
Uh-huh.
And then the Oscar in his Milwaukee jersey, the green jersey, but kind of that, I think it's supposed to be white. It's just faded white, but
cream white.
Yeah, it is cream white.
All 3 kind of have the accent colors of the jersey they're wearing.
Very good.
So,
very good.
Yeah, no, it's a fun one.
Coming up next,
17.
This one, you guys have been around for the ride of this. This is 2016 Panini Flawless.
Okay.
It's a dual patch, Peyton Manning, John Elway, both of which game worn, both of which very much patches. Numbered to 10. And one of the reasons I ranked this one so high, despite having no autograph on the card, I just in the back of my mind think to myself, hey, 2016, the year after Peyton's playing year, playing year did matter to me, and this is not a playing year card. However, it just makes me wonder if this patch came from a jersey the year before in his final playing year.
Yeah.
I know sometimes they store jerseys. I don't care. Don't at me. I'm not going to put it on the show next week. Talking to you, Kyle. But in my mind, perhaps this is one of his final year jerseys that he wore. And of course, 2 of my favorite Broncos of all time.
That is a gorgeous card. Gorgeous card. My number 17 is kind of a unique one. It is a Panini Prism from Spectra Basketball, 21-22 Spectra Basketball. Number to 15, Illustrious Legends autograph, Charles Barkley.
Spectra is underrated as a product.
I agree. I think they're beautiful looking cards. This is a bit of a busy background. I love Charles Barkley on TNT. It's easily the best halftime post pregame show.
Yeah.
I loved him as a kid when he was on the Suns, was a big fan of his. So it was important to me for me to get him in a Suns jersey and with a card that kind of matched the color scheme. And I realize this is a little bit busy compared to the Suns colors, but it feels like it fits.
It does fit. It absolutely does. All the different backgrounds, just like you said, it just make it pop and make you feel like that 90s Suns team.
Exactly. So on card, it's part of my dream team collection, going after them.
That's good.
And so it's pretty exciting to get one knocked off the list.
I'm going to make an assumption here.
Yeah.
What was it? 94, 95 when the Suns played the Bulls? No, maybe 93, 92, 93,
92, 93.
Is that Seattle?
Or might even been 91, 92.
Early 90s.
Yeah, very early 90s.
When the Suns played the Bulls.
Yes.
For the title.
Uh-huh.
During halftime of the games, when you would, this is the assumption, when you would go play basketball, would you be Charles Barkley?
100%.
Or would you be Dan Marley? Or would you be Michael Jordan?
Oh, Barkley. I wasn't going to be Jordan. You can get bent.
I would go outside in the back in my parents' house. We had like this 15 by maybe 12-foot little sloped area where we put up the basketball hoop. I'd go practice my free throws, and I would go be Charles Barkley.
I would do that, and I'd be like, and there's no time left.
Yeah.
He has to hit this free throw to win. And I'd miss it. And, but there was a lane violation.
And he gets 2 more shots or whatever it is.
Exactly. Oh, the stories we would tell ourselves to keep that game going.
It's so good. So good.
Oh.
All right, moving on to our
last one, number 16.
Who's got a good voice for that?
I'm trying to do the ESPN.
It's good.
Number 16.
A personal favorite here. This is 2011 Prime Signatures.
Okay.
And I think right now, for anyone who doesn't know what this card's going to be, you would have no idea what I'm holding in my hand. But another Denver Bronco.
Yes. Oh, so beautiful.
Rookie card.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, these cards are
autographed.
Just so attractive.
This is Von Miller. Rookie auto, black, 1 of 1. Oddly enough, there is a very large community of Von Miller collectors out there. And I say that it's odd because you just don't see that with defensive players in the NFL.
Right.
I don't know how I stumbled upon this. This was an eBay purchase several years ago. I got it really for pennies on the dollar for what I assume it would go for now, seeing the comparables to other Von Millers. I don't know that this one will ever leave the collection.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I love the simplicity of it.
You know, it's not an insert, but it hits every other criteria that I would like. It's low numbered. It's got the on-card auto. It's playing days. It's 101. It's rookie card, like the whole bit. And it looks good. So that's why I made it so high up on the list for me.
I love it. I love it. Excellent, excellent selection.
Thank you.
My number 16 is a card that honestly I didn't even really know existed until I got back into collecting. Just, I think we didn't have the internet when I stopped collecting. You know, you're a kid. And, and so I'm kind of surprised I hadn't known about this, but it comes from such an iconic set. Very much sentimental here. 1986 Fleer Jeff Malone rookie card.
Oh, yes.
PSA 8. Because you can't afford a 9 or a 10.
No.
Evidently, this is one of the most sought after PSA 10s out there.
Yeah, it's true.
So, had to get my favorite player of all time in his rookie card, or as close as you can get, right? Like, I think a lot of people this was considered their rookies because it was the first card made for them. But I think, the old striped red, white, and blue stripes kind of matches his Bullets uniform, and it's just a good look.
It does.
Yeah, it's just a fun card.
Now, I know people, this is something we always tease each other to not do, but might as well do it anyway.
Yeah.
It'll get some reaction out of people. Is the difficulty in getting a high grade for him because of the location where he was on the sheet?
That's my understanding. Because he was a corner card or something.
Yeah.
And that due to that, it was incredibly hard. Yeah.
And I'm sure if that's not the case, people will let us know.
No, that's what I've heard. And if someone wants to dispute it, I'll fight you, Dan.
No, you don't have to worry. It's not a Kansas City Royal card.
Well, hey, we're making some progress through this top
that's
25.
Pretty good.
What do we got? 15 to 10.
Yeah. Coming up next week. 15 to 11.
Or 11, thank you.
No, 15. Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
No, 15 to 11.
Sure. Numbers, math. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very curious to hear what people think of our rankings as they follow along with us. But again, we also want to see yours. I've mentioned it a few times before. Hashtag PTTF top 25.
Yes.
On your Instagram, put it on your story. Just tag us when you do it. And we'll go ahead and throw it up on our account because we want to see what you're doing as you're going along your collection too. Definitely.
And it's been fun. Some people have already started sharing, at least in our group chat, and posted. I know we've reposted a few posts as well. It's a lot of fun. So jump in with us and rank your top 25 cards. Welcome to hell. Trying to narrow it down.
Seriously.
But all right. Well, it's been another fun show for Chad. I'm Ricky. Wishing all of you a one of one night.
What? No. I have to imagine if the show ever ends, like without one of us dying or something happening,
Right.
that like that's how we sign off.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Chad, I'm Ricky.
Yeah.
And then people would just be like, what?
No, it would be for that's Chad. I'm Ricky. And Dan, you can.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm sorry for the early start today.
No, it's
like I said, I'm beating myself up over it more than anything.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a big deal at all. And like, I believe, don't get discouraged by the numbers while we were recording. Like, it's midday. People are not.
No.
I think our numbers will be real good still based on what the content is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of nice to have it over with.
Yeah, you heard us. You.
Yeah.
Next week. Do you want to take a look at next week?
Yeah.
While we're doing this, we can tell the people.
Yes.
For those of you who stuck around this far, we appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notification so you can always follow us just in case I decide to be an idiot and do something on Thursday night that is not this podcast. I will say this. I always enjoy doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I realize even more on a day like today when I'm tired. I'm like, dude, there's nothing more I want to do than just go home and sit in this basement and do a podcast and be done and go to bed. Like that sounded so good. And I think there's something to be said for that.
Yes.
Okay. So schedule. How you looking next week?
I'm good.
Good.
You want to do Thursday?
I think so. So I couldn't sleep yesterday morning.
Okay.
So I rearranged all my apps on my phone and like deleted them and created like this whole thing of what I'm going to do. So I don't know where my calendar is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do next Thursday, normal time.
Yep.
Thanksgiving week. Any thoughts if you want to do a show that week? You want to take that week off? Think about that next week.
Yeah, let me think about that. I got a couple ideas. One, we could do it a day outside of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You know? Or I was thinking of opening those two crappy boxes and maybe even do it with Kyla and recording something to give us like a best of unheard best of whenever we needed a break. We could use it for that weekend.
Yeah.
Or we could bump it or never use it. Like it's really up to us. Whatever you think. So let's give it some thought. I'll give it some thought. Let's touch base next week on that.
We do have a comment. Oh, wait. Y'all went live like 3 hours early. Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Yeah. We called you.
We did call you. Ricky called you. Sucker. Okay. So we'll end this. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed it. Please, really do. If you take time, go through your top 25. It is a very interesting experience, and I think it'll give you some insight, and maybe you will learn some things about your collection that you didn't know happened. Like for me, I need to sell probably 30 cards.
Oh, yeah. You'll enter this project a boy and leave a man.
Okay. Now it's